Hello, everybody. Sorry. Let me sit down and be proper. Hello, everybody. It is June 10th, Tuesday. I actually attempted to do this a second ago, but my wife got up and she started yelling at me. So I'm restarting. You were yelling at me. You were like, Jordan, who are you talking to? Anyway, so Christina had a doctor's appointment today, and the doctor basically said, hey, I think that we'll just try this and see if it's okay. I disagree with the doctor. I think there's something else going on with my wife, Christina, and I really wish that they took it more serious, but there's nothing we can do about it right now except wait. It would be nice if Christina starts feeling better just by herself. But I'm full of worry.
I haven't gotten an update on my surgery yet. I haven't heard from my insurance. So we're waiting on that.
Anyway, so today I wanted to talk about intent. So you hear the classic saying, it's the thought that counts. And there's some truth to that. Let's take, for instance, you go to a homeless shelter and you serve food, right? Now, why did you do that? Did you do it because you had to for community service, like you went to jail and that was your punishment? Do you do it because you like doing it and it's enjoyable for you? Are you going out of your way to try and do something good? Is there a selfish reason behind it? Or are you trying to look good? So that way, people will think you're better than you are. Those intentions mean a lot. And are you really thinking fully about why you're doing something all the time? I know I just said something positive, but we could also talk about something negative. You do something, you hurt somebody. Do you do it intentionally, unintentionally? And how far on the level of unintentional? Are you really thinking fully about it? You can look at example of murder, right? There's a difference between manslaughter, aka you weren't paying attention and accidentally killed someone. And even then, it's got first degree, second degree, third degree. Is it a situation of just absolute bizarre things happening that connect you to somebody else's death? Is it you were completely neglecting what you were doing and you end up killing someone? Is it a situation where you intentionally killed somebody, but it wasn't fully thought out? You were acting in anger and killed somebody? Or was it something that you had planned a long time? All those have different levels in terms of our laws. And the same thing is true in a lot of circumstances. The reason why I've been thinking about this lately was because I've been thinking about insults. I don't think necessarily it's a good idea to insult anyone ever, by any means. But there's a difference between somebody who's using an insult without fully thinking about the fact of what that insult means. There's trends of insults. It's strange, but there was a time period when certain insults were popular. So everybody was using these specific insults. And those specific insults might have been homophobic. They might have been racist. They might have been sexist. They might have been all over the place. And it got to the point where many people who were using them were not necessarily using it for thinking fully about what those meant. They were saying racist things not because they were racist, but because they were the popular insults. Does that mean that it's okay? No. By all means, no. And in some ways, we should be held accountable regardless of whether we fully thought through them or not. But I bring it up because we ourselves need to think about that kind of stuff. What are we actually meaning and saying? Are we doing something without fully thinking through its meaning or understanding what it means? It's like the classic joke. The person thought that LOL meant lots of love. And so when a person dies, they go and say, hey, this person died, LOL. Not realizing that LOL meant laugh out loud and not lots of love. And there's other examples of that exact same situation. Using terms without fully thinking through what they mean or understanding or asking. And it definitely is bad because we live in a world where we almost say asking a question is worse than just not knowing. We almost get this idea it's better to just throw out concepts and ideas without knowing what they are than to ask what they mean. It's a cool statement that everybody says, but nobody knows what it means. It's not great. For instance, a very common term is OG, which my wife always tells me means original gangster. But most of the time that I've heard people use it, it just means original. Another example that's been common lately is the word goat. G-O-A-T. Goat. Well, what are you talking about? Well, most of the time it refers to the greatest of all time. Greatest of all time. Though there's some leeway, like game of all time and stuff. Or gamer of all time. It is very easy for us, without even thinking about it, to say things without fully realizing the meaning. And it is especially bad when it's something that we simply have no concept of. When we have an idea that it's an insult, we at least know it's a negative thing. And when we see it as a positive thing, we, hopefully it's positive. Anyway, hopefully that just helps you think a little bit more about your words, as well as what you think and feel, or mainly your actions. Anyway, it's time to do the couple seconds of, end credits. Words at the top of the screen coming down slowly with some famous person's names. And the song's